Hello there. Today we are going to be multiplying fractions with area models. Now, to multiply fractions with area models, we have to know, well, what is a fraction? A fraction is part of a whole. Now let's kind of break down the fraction, and see what each part of it means. The numerator. The numerator is the top number and tells you how many pieces there are. The denominator. The denominator is the bottom number and tells you how many pieces make up a whole. Now, let's just learn how to multiply fractions. Multiplying fractions is very simple. What you do is you multiply the two numerators. And in this case, it is 3 and 1. And 3 times 1 is 3. And now, let's do the two denominators. The two denominators are 4 times 2, and that equals 8. And you keep the little line that separates them in the same place. So, the numerators and the denominators never cross paths. The numerators only are multiplied by numerators, and the denominators are only multiplied by denominators. Now that we know how to multiply fractions, let's use it in a word problem. Let's see. This is the word problem. Sally is making a cake. It takes half a cup of milk. She needs to make 3/4 of a batch. How much milk will Sally use? Well, let's find our two fractions. Of course, it is half cup and 3/4 cup, because those are the only fractions in the problem. It does not matter what order they are, but as long as you multiply them. Some keywords that you have are half of a batch, or what is a fraction of a fraction. Is a very popular keyword. So now, let's multiply this fraction, which equals 3/8, like before. And let's kind of turn that into an area model. So let's first turn the area model into a 1/2. See, there's two sides. And let's shade in one of those sides. That represents 1/2. Then, let's make the fourth part of it. So let's separate it into the fourths the other way, and then shade in 3 of those fourths, but only in the 1/2 area that is shaded in. Now, let's count the total number of boxes, which is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, and how many are shaded in with the orange. That shows you what the numerator is. And of course, there's 3 that are shaded in orange, so we have the 3 as the numerator. And we have 8 total boxes, which means the denominator is 8. Okay, now let's try a different one. Let's do 1/5 times 1/4. But let's read the problem to show how 1/4 and 1/5 are fractions to multiply. Rebecca is planting flowers. 1/5 of them are roses. Of the roses, 1/4 of them are orange. What fraction of the flowers are orange? Now we know that our answer has to be a fraction. And we know that our fraction has to be less than 1/5, because it's part of that 1/5. And this is what we would multiply. Let's use an area model. So, let's start out with an area model and check our work with the operation. Let's divide our area model into fifths. Okay, we have it into 5 separate parts. And we know that we have to shade in 1 of those fifths. Then, let's divide it into fourths and shade in 1 of those fourths. Then the orange is what represents orange roses. But let's check our work with multiplication. So 1 times 1 equals 1, and 4 times 5 equals 20. And we know that there are 20 boxes, and 1 of them is shaded in. So that's perfect. let's try another one. But now you are going to try. I'll read the word problem and then pause the video and you try this. Jimmy is ordering a pizza. Half of the slices have pepperoni on them. Of that half, 1/3 of them have olives and pepperoni on them. What fraction of the pizza is there pepperoni and olives on? Pause the video and try it yourself. Okay, well, that we know that there is 1/2 and 1/3. So we know we're going to have to multiply them. And we know that our answers are going to be less than 1/2 and probably less than 1/3. Let's multiply them. So 2 times 3 equals 6. And 1 times 1 equals 1. But let's check our work with the model. Let's do the first denominator, which is half. And let's shade that in. Then let's divide it into thirds and shade one of those thirds in. Perfect. Now, this proves that there is 1/6 as our answer. Because there is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 boxes, and one of them is shaded in. Well, that's how to multiply fractions with area models. See you next time!